Okay, so I was looking for a cozy breakdown today because you guys usually know after I watch a character reveal, cozy is usually there to follow up with a breakdown. But unfortunately, he is not here. Unfortunately, or I would have watched a cozy breakdown. But I got autoplayed to another channel who seems to have broken it down already. So we're gonna give that a watch. Um, and see what Daredevil is all about. Because in my initial reaction, um, I was very like I couldn't take it all in. I'll be honest. He was doing a lot of stuff, and now that I watched my reaction back on my computer, I was like, damn, wait, did he just like send Squirrel Girl stun back at her? And did he like jump to a flyer, no problem. Like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff I missed and like cooldowns and stuff. So I'm assuming this person is gonna break this down also, for me to have a better understanding. But yeah, we'll see. This is. Let me get their channel name before I react. This is Marvel Rivals Merchant with the Daredevil breakdown. Here we go. Here we go. Let me just turn the volume up for you guys a little bit.
To try and break down exactly how his abilities work. Here's a full breakdown of what I've figured out so far with all of the ability details. I've tried my best to cover everything here, but if you do notice I've got any details wrong or missed anything, please be sure to comment so everybody can know. I'll explain every single ability in careful detail, but just to break it down, Daredevil is a duelist with melee as his
I
main
mean,
attack.
I
So
love me a
he does
melee
have a
DPS as a
ranged
magic
attack,
player.
but besides that one ranged attack, it's all melee, and you're not going to be able to use that ranged attack as often as you'd like. He has a lot of opportunities to close the gap between his opponents, though, and he has bonus health that comes in as he does damage or eliminates enemies, so he's a very
So,
quick, fast moving melee character that's going to be really good at taking
so is
down
he just
squishies and
a
eliminating
better
targets
Iron
quickly
Fist?
and racking up
Is
massive
this is what I
kills.
is this what
Daredevil's
I'm picking up?
passive, radar vision, lets him see enemies through
Okay, so that it
walls.
is a
He also
passive.
has another passive that lets him run on walls. Daredevil's first active ability singles out a target with Sonic Pursuit.
I see you.
There's a limited timer when it's activated on somebody, and having it activated allows Daredevil to dash towards the target when in range.
Ah,
From the footage, we can't see what other effect he may get from this ability, but what's interesting is that it doesn't seem to have any cooldown for the initial targeting, but the actual dash itself on a targeted player is 15 seconds. Later on, we see Daredevil targeting an enemy again with this, even though he doesn't use it to dash towards them, so I believe it will give him some extra benefit for attacking that player, and later on, we see how this ability has its cooldown refreshed when Daredevil gets a KO on a player targeted with it.
ah,
So you can refresh the cooldown and chain together a bunch of dashes between enemies to chain up
interesting,
KOs. The next ability is
interesting.
Daredevil's Grapple that can be used to grapple forward to cross open space very quickly. You can also use it on an enemy and you'll grapple towards the enemy whilst also pulling them in slightly. Once the grapple is activated, you will get a 5-second timer.
Wait, so I'm
During this
I'm a little
timer, Daredevil's
confused.
primary melee attack will be upgraded to Righteous Cross, where he'll have a chance
So
to
what
do
is?
a
Oh,
higher
his
damage
dash
hit
looks
on a
like that.
target before going
Okay,
back
let me
to
go
his
back.
normal
I'm sorry. Let me go back a second. A
follow
smidge.
through every grapple with this righteous
Let me go back a
classic melee.
smidge
He'll have
so
a
I can
timer.
hear.
Daredevil's primary melee attack will be upgraded to Righteous Cross, where he'll have a chance to do a higher damage hit on a target before going back to his normal melee attack patterns. It seems you can follow through every grapple with this
Wait,
Righteous
I'm
Cross
I'm
attack, where
confused.
he'll have timer. Once the grapple is activated, you will get a 5-second timer. During this timer, Daredevil's primary melee attack will be upgraded to Righteous Cross, where he'll have a chance to do a higher damage hit on a target before
So
going back
is his dash? I guess I
to
missed it.
to check
Is
its
his
cooldown
dash
if
just
it
a
fully, even
dash?
though
Is
he does
there's no
seconds.
dash
But the
followed by an
actual dash
attack?
itself on a targeted player is
Okay,
15
there's no
to
actual
cooldown. The
attack
next
after the
ability is
dash. It's
very
just a
quickly,
dash.
pulling them in slightly. Once the grab's primary melee attack will be upgraded to
Okay.
Righteous Cross, where he'll have a chance to do a higher
That's
damage hit
Righteous
on a target
Cross.
before going back to his normal melee attack patterns. It seems you can follow through every grapple with this Righteous Cross attack within 5 seconds of using the grapple ability, but once you use it, the timer will disappear and Daredevil will go back to attacking normally. His normal attack pattern seems to be a combination of Billy Club hits. We didn't really get to see too much of that in the game.
I'll be honest. I don't really like his attack animation, but then again, like maybe I'm just I don't know. I don't really like. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think he looks really cool regardless.
Combination of
But
Billy Club hits. We didn't really get
I don't know that it feels like I don't know. I guess it doesn't
But
matter.
once you use it, the timer will disappear and Daredevil will go back to attacking normally. His normal attack pattern seems to be a combination of Billy Club hits.
Like
We
that
didn't really
that
get to see
those
too much of
swings.
that in the gameplay here, but I'm sure it's
I don't
your
know.
typical
I don't know.
MMA basic attack pattern. I'm sure there'll be some fun combo opportunities here that tie into the other moves. Daredevil also
Maybe I'm
has
just
an
nitpicking. I'm
additional
sorry.
spinning attack, where he will spin his Billy Clubs for 2 seconds. During this time, any incoming damage will be deflected back to the attacker.
Oh my
He will
God.
take no damage, and not only that, it seems almost all damage is sent straight back to the attacker.
Oh
It
my
gets
God.
even better. This ability can even send back entire projectiles.
Oh my
and the
God.
effect of that projectile will be sent back to the attacker too. We can see
Yeah,
how it works to
dive.
send Squirrel Girls.
Dive. Look. Marvel Rivals has this sort of like, how do I say it? This like teetering, like they don't really know what to do with dive because of how fun it is and how much people want to play dive. Because realistically, one of the best heroes to play against dive, Namor, his team up gets banned almost every game. And what did people run against dive when flyers were a thing? They ran flyers. They put flyers on the field, made dive super hard for everybody. Um, but now you have people like Daredevil and Blade who can dive while also getting you up there in the sky and knocking you down. Well, I don't know if Daredevil can knock you down yet, but I'm sure he'll be able to reach flyers pretty simply from his character reveal. And if they get knocked down as well, well, it might just be GG's. You know, dive might be back in a way that is like very. I mean, this is why triple support I feel like is getting a bit of a ramp up because I feel like dive is kind of back, like in a way, and like Angela's really annoying on the back line. Um, Magic has been kind of uh doing a lot of stuff, especially with that strange team up, and I can't imagine Blade won't be touching back lines in season 4.5 either. You know, it feels like he can go wherever on the battlefield. Really, he can close gaps really fast, and he can send back freezes and sleeps and Squirrel Girl stuns. So I imagine he'll be. I imagine he won't be as great when people are playing like long range characters because even though he can close the distance, I feel like his damage output. Well, I guess we'll see. But
Squirrel Girl
but
Game
yeah,
ability back to her, and it locks her in place. So Daredevil will be able to use all sorts of abilities against his enemies, and there'll be lots of fun figuring out which
it'll be
abilities
interesting to
can
see
be
how Daredevil
deflected.
does against
And with a
poke,
2-second
like
cooldown,
heavy
it seems
poke
like this ability
comps.
have quite an easy timing window to get to work. Daredevil will also have another passive that's tied into his third ability. Whenever Daredevil uses abilities, this bar will fill up. It has 3 spots to fill up, but he only needs 2 to activate this extra ability. Activating this ability with these flames will activate Wrath of the Beast, and during that time, he can then use Devil's Chain or Devil's Throw. It's up to him to choose which one he wants. Devil's Throw will be a Moon Knight-like ranged attack. You can bounce it off any surface, and it
Okay.
will automatically bounce toward an
Okay.
enemy and hit them.
So let me get this straight. So Daredevil is a Captain America, Moon Knight, Iron Fist, just demon devil son of a, you know. He's just he's like a melee just interesting. So let me get this. He's like a Punisher, Iron Fist, Captain America, Moon Knight. It's so interesting to see the new characters drop and them kind of feeling like hybrids of characters or like upgrades of existing characters. Like Phoenix is just a better Hela all around, I feel like. And now Daredevil feels like an upgraded, very much upgraded Iron Fist. Maybe less tankier? Probably a lot less tankier, but he feels like he can close gaps faster than Iron Fist. Maybe I'm reaching there. Iron Fist can close gaps pretty fast, but I don't know. It feels like Daredevil isn't just well, Iron Fist can go anywhere. Iron Fist can be on the front line, bursting down tanks. He can be in the back line, and it feels like Daredevil will be the same. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I think he's probably gonna be a better Iron Fist type character,
Devil's Chain will be a chained attack where you'll hit
and he
his
has a
gloves into
ranged
the
attack.
ground, and it will send a shockwave out in front of Daredevil, dealing damage to anybody in its path. Activating Devil's Throw and Devil's Chain will also give Daredevil bonus health.
Okay, so he
Seems to be
does get
related to the
overshield
next
like Iron Fist would, but he's getting it for attacking and not like, you know, Iron Fist has to like stop fighting, take some damage, get some overshield, and then go back in. But he gets this
dishes
while
out, or how many
fighting.
targets he hits, or maybe even how many targets he eliminates. If anybody can figure out how the bonus health mechanic works with Daredevil, let me know, because I still couldn't quite figure out that detail after watching it through a lot. The Devil's Throw and Devil's
Lem-
Chain abilities don't have any cooldowns. It works very similar
Wait,
to
what?
Thor Force abilities. So you use
Oh,
Daredevil's
okay.
abilities, it fills up the bar, and then you can use the Devil's Throw or Devil's Chain whenever the bar has two filled up spots. Daredevil's ultimate features a large AoE blast. Anybody caught in its radius will take damage, and if you look at Daredevil during this time, the bar will fill up above the enemy's heads. If it fills up completely, the enemy will lose vision and can only see up to a few
Okay.
meters around them. The
Okay.
whole ultimate lasts 8 seconds, and during this time, Daredevil is seen to be using other abilities very quickly, so it seems his passive meter fills up quicker, or maybe his abilities have no cooldown during the ultimate stage. It's a devastating attack that seems to do a lot of AoE damage to everybody in the radius. He has quite...
What the hell, dude?
Run together, so we can fund life-saving
Come on,
breast
man.
cancer research and bring patients new hope.
It's not
a
cool, dude.
sophisticated ability set, and I think people who like melee duelists are going to be very happy
Okay,
about
let me see the cooldown on his block, because I feel like that would be a very like solid determining factor on how he'll be played.
Yos. The next ability is Daredevil's Grapple that can be used to grapple the gameplay here, but
Where
short
was
sweet.
it?
Not only that, it seems almost all damage is sent straight back to the attacker, and it gets even better.
What is this? What's the
Daredevil also
cooldown?
has an additional spinning attack, where he will spin his billy clubs for 2 seconds. During this time, any incoming damage will be deflected back to the attacker.
Is there no
Take no
cooldown on
damage,
that?
And not only that, it seems almost all damage is sent straight back to the attacker, and it gets even better. This ability can even send back entire projectiles, and the effect of that projectile will
Is
be
there no
sent
cooldown
back
on
to
that?
the attacker too. We can see how it is used to send Squirrel Girl's Squirrel Blockade ability back to her, and it locks her in place. So Daredevil will be able to use all sorts of abilities against his enemies, and there'll be lots of fun figuring out which abilities
Um,
can be deflected. And with a 2-second
wait, what?
cooldown, it seems like this ability will have
Two
quite an
second
easy timing
cooldown.
window to get to work.
Okay, so
Daredevil will
yeah.
also have another passive that's tied into his third ability. Whenever Daredevil uses
Okay.
Daredevil's ultimate features a very quickly, so it seems his passive meter fills up quicker, or maybe his
Interesting.
abilities have no cooldown during
Interesting.
the ultimate stage. It's a
Interesting.
devastating attack that seems to do a lot of AoE damage
Interesting.
to everybody in the radius. He has quite a sophisticated ability set, and I think people who like melee duelists are going to be very happy about Daredevil. Question is, where is he going to fit into the meta? Is he going to be a big shower, or is he just not going to show up at all? Well, seeing this footage is kind of too hard to kind of predict what will happen. It's very easy for everyone to say that he's OP straight out the gate, and then later on it turns out he's not. Or the reverse could happen. In many cases, people will say, he doesn't look that great, and then later on it turns out he's really strong. It's happened so many times that people try and predict the power of a character
That's
before
that.
they're even
That
released
is
into the
true. Um, with with Angela, I I thought she'd be way more OP than she is. As someone who's been playing Angela exclusively this season, she's definitely very annoying, but I feel like her cooldowns are like I feel like she just doesn't do enough quick enough for her to be a real problem. I feel like she's pretty balanced right now. Like you're out of position, you're dead. People look at you, you're dead. Um, but if you time your abilities right, you can really like disturb a lobby with Angela. And with Daredevil, it seems like he can fit in double melee, DPS, maybe even double melee on like a Venom Daredevil. He seems like he would be extremely like, let's say Venom dives and Daredevil just wants to like deflect those cooldowns that Venom's probably gonna get as soon as he dives. Just deflect all the stuff for him and just let him just sit there and be annoying with his HP pool. And if he wants to, he could probably stay there or leave maybe. I don't know if he can grapple out. I'm sure he can. Um, that could be a pretty annoying pairing. And I feel like he'd probably be able to sit in like a melee mid-range comp as well, like maybe um with a Hela Phoenix. I feel like that would be incredibly annoying too. Her flames going everywhere and his ability to just toss uh, one of his abilities and just auto aim and finish one of Phoenix's like kills. Um, I don't know. I feel like he can fit in. I feel like he'd be able to fit in just as a
people
melee
get it
character in
wrong.
general.
So I don't know where.
So
Like
I don't
I'm
know.
a little bit
We'll see though.
sensitive about trying to predict, but through watching this trailer alone, I think that his kit is far more versatile than most other melee duelists, and
Yeah.
I think he has a better chance of fitting in the meta than a lot of other melee
Yeah.
duelists have in the
Yeah.
past. I
I
also like
agree.
the way that his grapple and dash abilities are going to give him an opportunity to attack flyers, which is something that most other melee duelists really struggle with, and we know flyers are super prevalent still at this point in Marvel Rivals. It should be noted that the ability that he can use to do ranged attacks, the Devil's Throw, is another really good option for taking down flyers. So I like that he's a melee duelist at heart, but he still has opportunities to take down flyers
Yeah,
as well.
because
It's all
usually back when Rivals was kind of trying to kill dive and introduce like flyers and stuff like that, and playing like Magic and Magic really, because Magic was one of the best divers in really the early stages of the game. Um, and I used to play her heavily until flyers got introduced to the game, and I felt useless. I really did feel useless. hitting your dash on a flyer is I don't want to say it's hard, but it's definitely not easy. So like being able to dive and have the ability to hit flyers as well, I can't see how Daredevil isn't a better melee than most. It seems like he also gets way more rewards for fighting. Actually, I don't know. BP gets damage boost the lower he is, I think. But having overshields while you're fighting, just I feel like incentivizes you to just be in there more often. Um, so yeah, I feel like he might even be annoying with BP if BP gets slipped through. I just feel like he's a good melee option. He seems like it at least. Um, and his cooldowns seem pretty reasonable. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where Daredevil sits in the
Well, it's just going to
4.5
come down to how quickly he can do
meta
his combos
or
to take
season 4
down
meta.
opponents. And I think that there's going to be a lot of cool counterplay for him and awesome sort of combos available because he can dash towards a target with one ability. He's got a grapple that counts as a dash. He can wall run. And if he eliminates a target, he gets another dash available to
I'd
use
be interesting to
again.
see
And
how
the
Iron Fist
deflection
fares up
ability is
against him,
probably something that's
honestly.
really going to be fun to play around with. Can he deflect an Iron Man ult? For example, Mr. Fantastic can deflect an Iron Man ult, but it won't be the full amount of damage. Daredevil is the first character that can deflect abilities and their full effect straight back at the attacker, and I think that is going to be really, really fun. Maybe not meta, but Daredevil is definitely looking like a really fun character no
I
matter
wonder,
what.
can he jump and use that block, the deflection? Like, can he grapple deflect? Can he like, I don't know. It'd be interesting, cause God, like as a mag player, if he could deflect like Maggle or some stupid shit, I'll get pretty upset. I'll be honest. I'd get pretty annoyed. Um, cause that would be a little broken. I feel like, cause if he could deflect like mag ult, that would be really bad. Trying to think. He probably does. He most likely doesn't have a CC immunity thing, or he would have said that, right? He would have 100%. Thank you. Like, hello? Like, what is.
Spinning attack, where he will spin his billy
Okay,
club
no,
for
he's not CC immune. I hope to God he can't deflect mag ult. Um, Surely not, right? Trying to think. Luna freeze, Mantis sleep, Squirrel girl stun. Hmm. What if he does this in like a Moon Knight unk? Like, what if he dives Moon Knight, waits for him to do. Wait, does. I'm trying to think. When he deflects, does it just automatically get hit back to the person that did the thing? Or does he have to like aim his deflection as well? Let me see on the
seconds.
Squirrel Girl.
He will take no damage attacker, and it gets even better. This ability can even send back entire
I
projectiles
don't know.
and
Maybe you do have to aim it? Huh. I don't know. All that being said, I do think Blade is gonna be a solid melee option. And his counters, if I were to think of any, would probably be the thing. Maybe? Because it feels like he's highly mobile, and him closing gaps is a pretty big part, it feels like. And if he can't do that, I mean, he could still deflect damage. Oh, actually, maybe not then. Because if Thing just stops him from being mobile, he could just deflect damage, not take any, wait for Thing's Stomp to go out and then just close gaps. So let me think. Who else? Maybe Bucky would be annoying for him. It would slow him down, hook him, immobilize him a little bit. Mm, Bucky. I really want to see him against Iron Fist. Um, Trying to think here. Who else? Uh, I mean, against melee heroes, I hate playing against Bucky, so I really think Bucky might be annoying too against him. Who else? I really don't think Namor is gonna ever see the light of day this season. So I can't. It's hard to even say Namor. I really don't think Namor is gonna see an ounce of play with that Hela team up. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's a bit hard to tell right now. He just looks fun. He just looks like a fun hero that can close gaps really quickly and will be a solid melee option who can be on a lot more sides of the battlefield than just, the back line. So, this was Daredevil's breakdown by, again, Marvel Rivals Merchant. If you want to check him out, I would highly recommend it because this is his breakdown that I'm watching, or their breakdown that I'm watching. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video where they actually show more. I believe they drop two of these where like this is just a reveal and then there's actual like, or maybe this is it. Anyway, regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.